Year correct. 21st session. Oops. Please be on mute. We'll for let me open this sessions notepad. So till now we have completed the introduction of IT, ERP, SAP, ABAP also. Even ABAP also completed. Yes. Basic knowledge also I explained. Now 19th and 20th. These two sessions are yesterday's topic only. It is related to the same project. Project related. Today 21 and 22 also going to be project related stuff only. Okay. So first one's quick recap. Like general students point of view project, then non-SAP project versus SAP projects explanation is given. So what exactly project is in companies? What we do, we work in a project. So project end-to-end knowledge is required before learning subject because that is our target and objective. So you may expect a job in SAP also or any product-based companies also. There are many companies. There are many consulting companies or service-based companies you can expect here because a number of uh, consulting. I told you to prepare a list of this ABCDA for Accenture. You can go like this. Okay, continuously A to Z. You can write it so that a number of list you will get it all level 5 companies, MNCs, so that you can expect job into that all IT companies. At the same time, lakhs of almost 4 lakhs customers are using. Even you can expect a job into this client also, customer place also. That means what is the purpose means customers also interested to implement customers also recruiting ABAPers and functional consultants. Okay, because they rather than depending on IT companies, but till implementation, IT company is required. After implementation, project will get into the support mode. So in the support activities, what they want to do is they, for cost cutting purpose, they recruit the consultants. So that means if you take 1 lakh IT companies, some hundreds of product based companies, the 4 lakhs above non-IT companies are there for you, jobs point of view. And number of jobs are there everywhere. Only what you have to do, you have to spend time in the Indeed, Naukri, Monster, because jobs they don't call you directly. You have to. They are posting their requirement. A sample I posted in my WhatsApp group. If you are there in the group, if you don't have group, you add in the group so that whatever the information, yeah, information is there. Definitely, we will uh, post in the groups itself. Okay, so that you will get updated. Or you can also, if you find something, anything informative to the relevant to the others, please post into that because anyone can post. This is okay. So you got idea, right? How many jobs are there for you? N number of jobs. I'll tell you what are the reasons why clients also recruiting everything. I'll tell you. Okay, just wait. Let me close the door. Wait. So, so project, we are talking on implementation project, implementation strategy, implementation methodology, implementation as roadmap. Yes. Okay. Yes. If you open this project point of view, yes. Okay. This is right. So for questions, I will give some time. At that time, you can ask questions. At that time only, you can unmute and talk. Okay. Otherwise, you please make a list of questions. We'll discuss for sure. I don't skip or escape. Okay, but the flow may should not be disturbed, because if I deviated, it is an interruption to the all. Right. So this is the project flow. So project yesterday's slides revision, also the general project strategy, agile strategy. Yes, these are all the actually the yes entity data implemented for entity data. Yes, earlier it was some other company. Yes, entity data. This company implemented for Reddy's Laboratories, Infotech for Ford Motors, Wipro, Birlasoft for Orient Paper Mills, Accenture, IBM. IBM is implemented for Shell Petroleum, British Petroleum, Sony, etc., etc. Some kind of Intelli Group. Now I got it. Intelli Group was a company implemented for Dr. Reddy's Laboratories, which is a pharma company. If you go to Natco Pharma, all pharma companies are into SAP only, pharmaceuticals, top players, Bayer also, everything. Okay, right. This was the company. What is that? Intelli Group acquired by Entity Data. Yes. Okay. Right. Then we are moving towards project preparation phase. Overall, 5 phases. Project implementation methodology. ASAP, accelerated SAP is the strategy or methodology. Yes, 5 pages. Already I typed it. This is the SAP screen itself. ASAP roadmap. Okay, one, two, three, four, five, and go on continuously. This is the roadmap we have to follow for implementation of projects. Next. So this we will talk to the next level in the implementation. What we will do phase by phase. So again, today's first session and second session, that means 21 and 22 sessions are going to be. 21 will end the project, 22 going to be, there is one additional topic called a system landscape, which is required for you to understand the uh, flow and all. Then next tomorrow onwards, we'll start the original first topic as SAP architecture. Okay. Yes. Okay. So back to, so in this session, I'm going to cover roles of consultants. Roles in the sense about what exactly ABAPR will do in project implementation, project support project, etc. Different types of projects also where we will discuss, like basis consultant role and functional consultant roles, and a user role also. So you will have to have role, ROLE. Role means activity, what nature of work, what they do. Okay. Yes. This is about overall. Yeah. Coming back to the implementation roadmap preparation phase, which I already explained to you how this things will happen, right? So I have explained there is a one. Yes, because yesterday only I just yes, this is one by one. I try to open it because this is the hierarchy. You have to know IT company hierarchy, client hierarchy. This is the most common hierarchy I explained, but this may differs here. It may differ also. So this is our current topic, which is going to be implementation. Yes. So this slide will go and continue. So yesterday I used so many new words. Okay, a lot of new words, new terminology I'm using, which are in the industry point of view. Okay, so now you have to do the you have to do the like this type of explore. What you can do is you Google it, or else you note down, no problem. Uh, we will discuss. All of your questions are entertained. If you say that, sir, you are used this word, what is the meaning of that? If you ask at that time, I'll explain. Because if you don't ask, what to explain again? Everything I cannot repeat again, right? So that's why you have to uh, come up with list of questions always. Okay, at that time you are serious to listen the answer. At that time I'll explain that is the best practice so that to save time and all. So again I'm coming back. The client, when the customer or client first initiation, project initiation begins from client itself. So client, they want to implement SAP, they realize the importance of ERP SAP. Then there are three types of cost involved for the client. First, hardware purchase, second, software purchase, and as well as implementation. So, because I said yesterday, one general example I gave it, when we purchase desktop, we ask a hardware person to assemble and install the required stuff. I am the owner, I am going to purchase, correct? I am going to purchase and I am going to use finally. I, I purchased, I am going to use, but I have to wait for 2 to 3 hours because directly I cannot use. I don't know assembling part, I don't know the installation part. That is done by the hardware person. We have to pay for him for his charges, correct? So after 3 hours, I can use it, correct? Similarly, this particular client, customer, just today they purchased SAP. They cannot use directly immediately. First, they have to wait till this implementation duration. They have to wait. After implementation only, the client can use this SAP software. So, okay, this is also important topic. That means, yes, see, first purchased, software purchased. Okay, after purchase, then next phase is implementation. So implementation may take 1 year or 1 year, 2 year, depends. So you have to wait for 1 year. That means 12 months. After 12 months, project goes to go live. Go live is the one of the topic we will discuss today. After go live, that is post go live, user can end user can use the SAP software. Can use SAP software. That means here you have to understand two things. Who are using SAP? Who are using SAP? I'll write it here. So SAP software, hmm, okay, I'm covering here and there, but overall consolidate, you finally with revision through you will understand everything. SAP software is used by two people. One is consultants and the second is end users. Users, in fact, we call it as users. So now, consultants, that means consultants are initial users. Initial means first users. And what is that? End users are final users. Okay, finally, this is the difference. So that means just now purchase directly users want to use. No, this is not the case. It is not. It should undergo for the yes this type of thing. So consultants again, three types of consultants. So first basis consultants, then functional consultants, next ABAP consultant. This is the sequence. Okay, in fact, basis before also we can write functional is the first and foremost, yes, consultants, the SAP point of view. Yes, high paid, high salaries, on demand, everything. See, what exactly? So you have to know this consultants' roles and responsibilities also. Yes, suppose, hope you understand, right? This 1 year they will use it. These consultants are using 1 year. Two, that is the duration of implementation. In the implementation duration, consultants are going to work with that software. Once after post implementation, post go live, end users, the end users are finally users. What they do? End users go for, yes, yes, uses SAP software, uh, SAP software during implementation phase. Next, end users uses SAP software on daily basis. Daily means daily, day-to-day activities. Okay, daily transaction capturing purpose. Yes, they will use it. So that means if you observe it, this is just I am writing 1 year. It could be 8 months, 6 months nowadays. Implementation duration just 12 months. Suppose 1 year. That is first 1 year. You have to wait. The user customer need to wait. Post 1 year, that is after 1 year, the user's roles will start. This is the connectivity you have to understand. Simultaneously, consultants users cannot use. Again, I am repeating. Consultants role ends, job ends, task ends. Then end user task or job or work starts. So that is implementation ends, the user's activity starts. Okay, this is the connectivity between. Okay, right. Again, you have to understand consultants are from Accenture, users are from BMW. You should not confuse because today daily I use two words. What are the two words? Consultant and end user. This daily we work. So you should not confuse who is a consultant, who is the end user. Consultants are who are associated with a company, those product based company, or else like our implementation partner, IT company. Those are all called are consultants. Then who are end users? End users are final users, okay, who are associated with a client or customer. They are working for the client from the last 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. They only know the general process. They are new to SAP. They are totally new to SAP. That's why we have to train and give support to them. Okay, yes. This is a kind of information, a little overview. Okay, before going to this topic. So again, coming back to this, like suppose in the preparation phase, what will happen? Because again, I am using this terminology for freshers point of view. I am writing here. Yes, offshore. Offshore, okay, generally offshore way of working is working at working at development center. Offshore development center is called as, okay, offshore. The on-site. On-site is nothing but working at client place. Client may be if it is Indian client, we go to the directly client physical location, physical site, physical place. Yes, client location or place or site. Okay, also we call it as client site. I am working at client site. I am working on client place. I am working on client location. These are all applicable to on-site working, offshore working. Because yes, consultants also classified as two types. Majorly key persons, the main senior resources. Resources is the word we use. Resources is nothing but employees only. In HR point of view, we daily use resource. So resources are, okay, two types. Some are working at on-site. Some are working at offshore. What happens? On-site means the senior most consultants, experienced consultants, those who are already have implementation experience, they go and they interact. Because at on-site, what happens? On-site working people, they interact with client. They interact with client. They daily, that is direct interaction, or they do conduct meetings also. Meetings. And that's why, what is that? Client interaction skills are important. In the paper advertisement, they say that client facing skills also nowadays they are writing directly. Client facing skills, client interaction skills are 100% expected by consultants, mostly functional consultants. That means they have to interact with the users and get the requirement also. Okay, so that's where our communication skills comes into picture. We have to understand what exactly client expectation, client requirements, client business process also we have to understand. Everything we have to note it down properly. That is the initial review. If that goes wrong, initial understanding goes wrong, suppose, then remaining implementation going to be fail. That's why this is very project preparation phase is more crucial. We consider as more crucial only. Okay, clear? Then next, mostly the ABAPers are placed at the offshore delivery center. We call it as ODC. Okay, offshore delivery center. Yes, that is, it could be at different locations. Yes. So now, because there is a interaction between on-site team with offshore team. Okay, so daily meetings are there, daily stand-up calls also there. So if you go to the project, this thing we have, yes, first and foremost meeting, that is called as kick-off meeting. Finally, sign-off meeting. Last meeting is called as sign-off meeting. So that is right in between. This is okay, because in SAP, okay, we are spending time mostly in the meetings only, because meeting by meeting we will get the clarity. We will go with every meeting and we will prepare a gist or MOM, memorandum of understanding, or we call it as overall minutes of meeting. Okay, MOM, sorry, it's not a memorandum of understanding. MOU is different. MOM, sorry. MOM is nothing but minutes of meeting. Minutes means the discussion points. All the discussion points are listed here. So first meeting, next meeting, third meeting, meeting by meeting, we will get the clarity. Then accordingly, our understanding, because consultants first time they may not catch. They'll go with list of questions. Again, get the clarification. Second level meeting. So because finally we have to clarify all the doubts before going to finalize the freeze the requirement and begin the development activity and all. That's why this is most important. So apart from our core task, core job, SAP consultants is spending time on the meetings. Meetings are two types. Our internal team members meeting, or else there is a meeting with onshore team versus offshore team. That is our people only. Our employees only. Accenture team who are there at onset, they do conduct with offshore team interaction, team to team interaction. They will ask that what exactly where we are, review. What is the current status of the task and all. They will review. Okay, so offshore is responding. Okay, in the team's call scheduled. Okay, only offshore team is attending daily stand-up calls for the daily status review. On-site team is monitoring or reviewing the offshore development status. It could happen 3 days, weeks, 3 days once or weekly once also. Yes, this is one thing. And what are the next meeting? The consultants are meeting with client. That is another meeting. So there are different types of meetings are there. in SAP. Okay, yes, that's what when meeting we are dealing with international global customer. They don't speak in their language, regional language. We cannot speak our regional language. The global communication language medium should be English only. So when we speak, everyone should understand. When they talk, we have to catch quickly. This is the two-way communication. That's what primarily expected in SAP. Okay, because see, subject can be developed overnight. F1 help you study, get the help Google Meet. You go Google through here and there. You can resolve the issues overnight. But a communication building, language skills building, it doesn't happen overnight. Because learning ABAP is easy, but learning soft skills, communication skills, English and all, only time taking. That's why we have to give equivalent important to these soft skills, communication skills, and language skills. Equivalent important. If you are going for ABAP 4 to 5 or 6 hours, 4 5 hours you have to spend on soft skills areas because 21st century is all about effective way of communication. That's most important here. Yes. Okay, your knowledge levels, your understanding levels, the way you express, the words you use, everything does matter. Okay, that's the most important. SAP is all about people communication again. Okay, that's what I'm just giving the awareness. You have to work. Everyone need to work on that part only. Yes, that is must and mandatory. Okay, next. Okay, clear. So what I said, the consultants, first basis consultant, they study the scope accordingly, they will recommend the hardware sizing. So first they will recommend the hardware sizing, then after that, based on the number of users and all, right? Functional consultant, they'll study the scope and after that, there are two things. Currently, what is happening in their company, what are their expectations in SAP? Each department wise will sit and gather the requirements. And again, I told you big bang implementation as well as phased implementation. There are two types of implementations are there. Yes, this is also if you want to, you can note down. Big bang implementation is implement, okay, all modules at a time. Second is phased. Phased implementation is okay, implement core modules first and the next okay, optional models later. It's later or next. So this already explained yesterday. Again, I'm revising. Okay, so coming to that's where preparation is completed. So our people went to the client place and they return now. Okay, suppose we are at Hyderabad, client is at Rajasthan. We were going to the Rajasthan client place also called as on-site only, client place, the client physical location. If the client is US, yes. But because the problem is our Accenture team is there at US also. They go there because we are all considered as a Accenture team. Okay, so that's it. Right. Because I told you the senior most experienced consultants only involved in the client interaction phase because that's very important. Initial requirement understanding. Right. Requirement topic we are talking on. As when client explains something, okay, we have to do one small exercise or activity. That is current status business process to future status and the non-S current, obviously the non-SAP, and the second is SAP. Yes, how this shift is going to happen. Yes, so yes, right. Okay. Right. Now, SAP software comes with many predefined reports, forms, and screens. So the customer is expecting some report. If it is available, fit. Form available, fit. Screen available, fit. If not, if customer is expecting something, but the existing form or screen or report 85% suitable, by adding 5-10% code, then go for enhancement. If not, modify. Modify means totally practically we are going to change the standard SAP program or screen or form. That is last and least case. Practically you can modify the SAP software. But you have to understand one thing. Sorry. Suppose SAP original software. BMW purchased, Ford Motors purchased, Sony also purchased. That is, three customers are purchased, right? But the original product is same. What happens is that original software remains at headquarters only. Okay, what they do, what they sell, a copy of SAP software sold to BMW Motors, a copy of the software sold to Ford Motors, a copy of the software sold to Sony. A copy, because it is software copies are sold to the customers. So BMW purchased one copy. Then what happened? If their copy they purchase, they can do any changes at their level. Whatever the changes they do, those changes are applicable to that copied software only. Okay, because see, Ford Motors way of implementation different, Sony way of implementation is different. There is a Asian Paints way of implementation is different. See, different industries, we all are purchased original SAP software only. Once they purchase, that become their copy. They paid, they got the copy. Then they implement as per their business process requirements, because electronic company way implementation different, paints industry different, automobile industry different. They go with different way of implementation. And then moreover, suppose whatever the changes we do, we configure, we develop, that changes only applicable to that customer's copy only. It doesn't reflect on the original copy, even it won't reflect on other customers also. Okay. Yesterday I gave an example. What was that? Samsung manufacturer, they made what is that handset mobile. Their two customers purchased. What happened? But we will get actually completely handset to us. That is not the copied one. We will get the device given to us. Okay, that's why once it is your device, you can do the changes as per that is your copy. You do whatever you want it. So the other person, they will configure their point of view. Okay, so this is also one of the understanding you have to have. Client to client implementation differs. That's what I want to tell. Why implementation differs? Because they are into different industries altogether. Industry to industry to point of view, business process, business activities differs. Accordingly, the implementation also differs. Okay, right. Come back to the yes. So this is what the gap. How you are going to, if not fit, obviously available is gap only. So gap can be addressed in different ways also. So if not implement enhancement, if not modification, leftover option is custom development, G development. That means, example, again, I'm going back slowly. You try to connect it. I'm covering this project topic in a different dimension. You have to closely connect and try to understand. Any questions are there, we will address it. No worries. But you prepare a list of questions. Okay, that's what. Yes, suppose one thing. Let us just assume that. Assume that 1 lakh programs, 1 lakh screen, 1 lakh forms are there in the standard SAP. When customer A purchases, He will get 1 lakh programs, 1 lakh screens, 1 lakh forms. Customer B purchases, he will also get the forms, screens, for programs 1 lakh only. That means, as on today, whatever is there in the original SAP software, exactly all built-in developments are given to the customer. All built-in things are given to the customer. That's why SAP occupies lot of space. Because built-in only too many things are there. But next I'm coming to the current. SAP does permit you, SAP does allow you to develop the add-on developments, additional developments, additional developments. Who will do that additional development? Additional developments can be done at a customer site, customer location. Yes, who will do that? ABAPers, they will do the add-on developments. So if you go for additional developments, example, this customer A, that is BMW Motors, they develop some 100 programs, that is 100 reports, 100 screens, 100 forms. Just I am giving rough example to make you to understand. But the other customer B is Sony. They will go for 200 programs, 200 screens and 200 forms. Yes, that is also possible. But we cannot question to anyone that why these people are developed 100, why this client is developed 200. That is their copy, their requirement, their understanding. And moreover, if you want to develop new additional programs or screens or forms, you don't need to take anybody permission. You no need to take even SAP permission also. You no need to inform to SAP also. This is what the thing is. SAP by default given permission that if customer, in addition to the existing built-in predefined programs and screens and forms, if customer requirement based, on demand based, customer can freely develop the new additional things also. Okay, this is the way you have to understand the flow. Okay, got it? So customer to customer, the development, custom development, new developments, add-on developments also differs. Okay, also differs. Someone can develop 100 programs, someone develop 200 programs, someone develop 300 additional programs. Only the thing is, at a customer side, when you are developing something, you have to follow some customer namespace. What is customer namespace? There is a namespace concept. Okay, customer common namespace nomenclature is YRZ. YR. That is called as customer namespace. That means if you want to develop a program, your program should begin with either Y or Z. So you cannot go with A, B, C, D till X. SAP uses SAP namespace is A, B, C, D till X. Okay, because alphabet are total 26, right? In 26, 24 occupied by SAP. Okay, and last two letters given to the customer. That's why all of our programs, our reports, our screen related programs and forms, everything we develop with YRG. That's why AMAP is responsible for Z development. This is whatever ask. Okay, clear? This is another dimension I am covering. Yes. Namespace, nomenclature. The first letter, initial letter begins with YRZ. Okay? Yes. SAP can use A to Z. In fact, SAP developed A to X also, some YRZ programs also. But customer is allowed only to use YRZ only. Okay? It's not, you cannot use A to X. But some customers are very specific. They want to go with special naming conventions, special namespace. We don't want to use YZ. We want everything should begin with BMW underscore. No problem. For that, we have to take special permission from SAP. If SAP allowed to go with that, then our developments also should begin with our as per our requirement. But most common thing is this. Okay, this is a small information to you. That's what about your fit gap analysis. So gap analysis through, if they develop a functional consultant role is this. Okay, functional consultant do this fit gap analysis. Who will do? Done by functional consultant. Respective modules: SD consultant, MM consultant, PP consultant, QM consultant, FIHR consultants. Then after that, they will decide. Functional consultant decide fit or them. They have to do this exercise. That's why they have to know the business process and SAP thorough understanding. Based on the comparison, they will come to this. Finally, if it is a G development, I have two sub options I said yesterday. If with the help of SAP program, you can develop, or without develop using SAP program. SAP screen you can use, copy it to YRG namespace and do the changes. SAP form also copy it and do the changes. Otherwise, no, I don't want to use SAP program or form or screen. You can develop the program or screen or form or anything from the scratch. Yes, your own thing. This is what, yes. In finally, in the blueprint phase, functional consultants, functional consultants prepares functional specifications, functional specification document, FSD or FS also we call it as. Okay, it could be FS or FSD, both. So what exactly the functional document? FS document. So FS is a document. See, first, prior to this, because I am coming to the little more level, first BBP level, our people, all functional consultant, those visited to the clients, they came to this, they came to back to our IT company. Then what happened? By review, meeting by meeting, they will finalize. Based on this analysis, they will finalize the objects, finalize, finalize the development objects, development objects. That means, yes, like development objects on each module wise, each module wise. That is, suppose let us take SD, SD sales and distribution. SD, how many G developments? Okay, how many G developments? Next, how many enhancements? G developments number is this much, and enhancements number is this much. And yes, so overall, they will give the complete picture, list of the things. Then MM point of view, yeah, FI point of view, each module wise. So what happened? They will prepare module wise business blueprints. Then module wise, yes, module wise BBP prepared and submit to the client, submit to client or customer, submit to client, and the next what? Get the approval. Get the approval from client. So this is what the thing is that. So again, I am coming to SD consultant visited. They thoroughly studied the requirement. Then they came back and they, after fit gap analysis, they developed, they finalized how many G developments are there, how many standards, overall, how many standards means built-in things only that it is fulfilling. Then G development optional, but some G, but most of the implementations, G development is must and mandatory. So we cannot go with standards always. Standard doesn't suit completely. So then in that case, how many standard objects, how many G development objects, how many enhanced objects, all those things. So we will call it as objects. Object means it's not oops object. It is a kind of every development is also called as an object also. So now, yes, we will prepare a list of module wise, SD wise, MM wise, and all. That is called as module wise blueprint preparation. So BBP is also a kind of document actually. Yes. So what we can say that BBP is a business blueprint is a document which provides complete clarity. Okay, end to end clarity of implementation. That is overall. See, first of all, first initiation is what our people visited. They got the client requirement. Based on the client requirement only, our people, while cross-checking with SAP software, they have finalized module-wise the blueprints are prepared. So module-wise, when the blueprints are prepared, we will get one complete one kind of overall understanding. So how many are there? Like based on this number of modules, based on this number of developments, we will decide it will go with 6 months implementation or 8 months or 1 year or 1.5 year, 2 years. The implementation duration timelines depends on the number of modules and the number of developments based the time the duration increases and decreases. Okay, this is the way it is directly proportional to. Okay, got it. So BBP is prepared by the functional consultant, submitted to the client. See, this is based on your requirement understanding. We have prepared the solution in the form of a BBP documents and BBP to be submitted. And the client may ask questions why this take this much that. So lot of clarifications through finalizing. So finally, client should give the go ahead. We call it as that is, we client will give the green signal with simple English. Okay, client gives the um, confirmations also. Simply we can call it as client agrees. Also we can call it whatever we finalized. Everything we have to client should agree finally because he is going to pay finally, right? Yes, the payment is also when the implementation is under progress, simultaneously they will release the payment also. They don't pay everything upfront from the day one or day end. It is kind of that is another model altogether, payment model and all. Right. Okay, got it. This is about your blueprint phase. Yes, blueprint model wise blueprints are ready. Right. Then after that, yes, after BVP, suppose 100G developments, and each DG development, the functional consultant 100 FS document, one to one. For each development, one independent FS document should be prepared. So then I'm coming to this one. Okay, what is it? FS document, a functional specification document. So FS document consists of what? It holds what? It comprises of the business requirement, original business requirement, and and solution of recommendations, recommendations, recommendations of functional consultants. That is, so they will write this is the client's expectation. These are all we are going to recommend for G development or enhancement or this is what they will give complete structure completely. So this is what FS document is prepared by whom? Respective model functional consultants. Then next there is a one more technical document, technical specification document. So the technical consultants prepares prepares technical specification document, technical specification document. So this is called as TS or in other term TSD also we can call it as. So what exactly? See, TS can be prepared based on based on FS, based on FS, functional specification, right? So that means in other terms, I can say that TS is a kind of subset of FS. Subset means derived from. Okay, because this is the flow we have to subset of FS. Because right, uh, FS can be subset of BBP. BBP is a subset of client requirement. All are interrelated document because this document preparation, document flow, document maintenance itself is an important topic in SAP. Yes, all the client says that we want what is happening. Everything should be documented. Everything should be submitted by end of the client. Client expects everything documentation because document if document is there, it could be referred at any point of time by anyone. That's what the important is. So very important for cross checking, cross discussion, everything documents are very important. Yes. Next, uh, fine, coming to the like uh, okay, where we are, TS document. So what exactly? The senior technical consultants particularly, they will prepare, okay, like because initially senior ABAP, that means ABAP consultants uh, converts, converts or prepares, okay, prepares the, yes, the TS technical specification based on FS. Okay. If a report to be developed, in report they will give in FS they will give this is the report expected and all overall outlook. Okay, but in TS what happens? It will go little drill down. What exactly the report type, report additional functionalities expected? Here they will explain the type of report and functionality. But pure technical point of view, what are the tables involved, table relationship, what are the fields involved, everything, what are the logic to be built, overview, flow diagram, or a kind of pseudo code is specified here. Based on TS, actual development happens. TS is given to the ABAPer develops the overall, yes. Based on TS, technical specification document, as developer mm, develops the program, that is G program, G ABAP program is development. Suppose development is completed. Just so the developer means again ABAP only. So the ABAP developer and ABAP consultants develop performs development. Okay, develop and immediately he must perform testing also. So testing is unit testing, we call it as. Developers level, you have to confirm that my development is working fine. Test at your level, that is called as unit testing. So here there are test strategies also comes into picture. Yes. So this is also equally important. So again, if I start writing, yes, if I start writing, first I'll go with right to left. What is that? Business requirement or client requirement. Okay, this is your first initial understand. So please mute everyone. Yeah, any
Actually, went out soon.
I will clarify that. Please. I'll clarify later. I'll come to you. Yes, yes. So So first of all, okay, yes, business requirement through BBP document will be prepared. BBP document through, yes, okay, BBP document through FS document will be prepared. Functional specification. FS document through TS document will be prepared. Yes. Okay. TS document will be prepared. Yes. This is the flow you have to understand. Yes. If I write it, yes. Come back. Yes. These are all the arrows we can stretch like this. Okay. Yes. So, yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Clear? Yes. Then next, okay. Okay. Clear? Left arrow. Hope sequential TS is given to the ABAPer. ABAPer develops the, yes, this is based on TS, we will go for develop the activity. Development plus just now I said unit testing. So testing, this is called as unit testing. So once your testing is completed at developer level, yes, all aspects, all dimensions, then this is handover back to the functional level testing. Functional consultants also test and confirm. Then finally, users testing, users testing, user acceptance testing, UAT we call it as. Yes. So unit testing, here we functional level testing is called as system testing, integration testing. Yes, all type of testings they will do. Right. Overall, this is as per expectation, it is working or not. Yes. Then finally we will hand over to the users. User UAT, user acceptance testing. Right? So if you look at the above to below arrow, yes, the requirement came from user. User means client or customer. Based on that only BPP document prepared module wise. I'm taking one module, one FS, one TS. This is what. But that is there are another 99 FS are there, another 99 TS are there. But once you understand one activity, similarly everything will happen. Okay. So here what happens? Not only development is important, testing also equally important. I want to tell you. Testing also named there are. If you go to the testings life cycle, there are 100 levels of testings are there. 100 types of testings are there. So, regression testing, load testing, smoke volume testing, positive testing, negative testing, neutral testing, blank testing. There are integration testing. Okay, that is a testing also have life cycle. Testing life cycle, how to prepare a test cases and each case through test plan, test case. Then finally, each test case pass or fail, uh, record the test results. So testing knowledge is required for developer, functional consultant, and even user also. User also know to know. That means before testing, they have to have complete knowledge. Okay, this is what. The testing is confirming that whether the things are working as expected, as required or not. This is what. If not, if something is not working, we will tell them this is how working, this is not working. Then accordingly, changes to be carried out. Okay, this is one development activity. Okay, so developer, I'm telling you, you are the developer above consultant. You are not only responsible for development, even you are responsible for unit testing also. Yes, I will cover later how do we do test strategies. Suppose we'll give positive value and execute it. Yes, we'll get the output result right. Okay. If we give negative value, you show the error message. If we give blank values, then and execute the report, what will happen? It should give you a warning message stating that fill the input values and execute the report. This type of Test strategies, we have to do it positively, negative. Particularly, testers will think in a negative perspective because we have to prove that these cases it is failing. Okay, these cases. I'll start one more session. Please be on. Okay, if you want to continue, you can continue. I'll go to the next session recording. Wait.